Kids Incorporated. KIDS. Yeah. Do y'all remember that show? Baby, that show had me. Oh, I used to love that show. It was, I think, what's her name? Fergie was on there. Jennifer Love Hewitt was on there. But I used to love that show. I really wanted to be on Kids Incorporated. I think I would have been real cute.
We got something that is new, that is true. We got something there for you today. All around the nation, we're the new sensation. Have you heard? Have you heard? Have you heard?
What y'all think? Y'all, I absolutely love my shirt. My Selena shirt. R.I.P. Selena. Rest in peace, girl. Selena Quintanilla. I love my shirt. I got this shirt from Etsy. It's called Etsy. And it's from a vendor or a seller. I think it's called Tie Dyed. I'm gonna put it in the description. I love my shirt. I absolutely love my shirt. They rock this shirt. Selena with the bleach is so cute. I love this shirt. You see them on some videos, mind your business. I don't care. Yes, I repeat clothes. Don't nobody have time for that. Everybody ain't. No. Yes. Anywho, I want to get into today. It's a creative chat. I want to talk about something that's actually dear to my heart. I want to talk about nurturing creative kids, the creative kids in our life. I'm a big kid at heart. Like, I really am. Like, I am, hear me. I'm grown and I'm about my business. However, I can be silly. I'm not childish, but I think even I come off young to people. People think I look younger than I am. I don't know if I've said how old I am already on my channel, but I'm not telling y'all. Y'all can guess, because y'all be judging people for how old they are. We can't help how old we are. We didn't ask for this. But anywho, sometimes we grow up and we completely lose like our sense of wonder, our imagination. Like, you forget how to dream. You forget like the funny little moments in life that happen. And it's like, stop being so stuck up and uptight. I'm a kid at heart, but I noticed that like the way God designed me, that's just who I am. But kids are drawn to me. Many years ago, I went to South Padre Island, and it was me and my friend. We were on it was like a boat that was like on the lake or waterfront or whatever. So we were going around the island on this like yacht boat thing type thing. Not a yacht. I have yet to be on a yacht, let's get that straight, but I will be one day. But this was like a boat where we were traveling around the island, and we were like sitting and just enjoying the ride, and this little girl, this little blonde-headed girl, just decided to come look at me. She like literally left her parents and just came and sat and was just staring at me. And then she wanted to like talk, and she wanted to sit with us. I was like, okay, can y'all get y'all child? I was trying to let Sally stay. I'm like, okay, can y'all get y'all child? I'm trying to enjoy my ride. But no, seriously, like, kids are drawn to me. Like, out in public, kids stare, kids run up to me, kids really are like open and welcoming. From like a late teen age, my early adult years, I worked in children's ministry and youth ministry, and then I worked for a nonprofit for Boys and Girls Club and worked with kids. So I've worked with kids in different parts of my life, and then I have a host of nieces and nephews. This is close to my heart as far as kids being, I call them kidpreneurs, creative kids realizing their dreams, and their parents and adults in their life nurturing them. One thing I learned, especially in working at the Boys and Girls Club, you can teach kids anything. You can teach kids very complex things. If they're interested in it, if they have raw talent in that certain avenue, kids will dive in and they will learn that stuff better than you. Kids are brilliant. And even the way kids think, I wanted to jump into talking about how to nurture the creative kids in our lives. I think it's super important because kids, yes, they're our future, but to be honest, kids are our now. Kids have a lot to offer to the world now, who they are right now. I think it's our responsibility as adults to tend to nurture and lead and guide the creative kids in our lives. Creative kids are special kids, and they need our love and our guidance. Here are 10 ways that you can help to foster a beautiful creative environment for kids that are creative to thrive. Let's jump into it. Number one, the first thing we can do is just acknowledge that they have creative gifts. What I've seen is kids will act out. They're too hyper. They need to sit down to calm down. Go sit down. We automatically go to the negative. We have to really tune in and see, is this really like misbehavior? It could very well be that Johnny is supposed to be this dope choreographer and he has the gift of dance and he's super energetic and he doesn't have the tools or understanding that that's what he does. So he's always hopping around. You probably should look into dance classes. Maybe they're drawn on your walls because they're an artist. Maybe they're always asking different questions because they're literally like a visionary and they can see things. They're gonna know how to like intricately put things together. Maybe they're always in your closet trying on clothes because they're supposed to be a stylist or a fashion designer. We have to take the time to tune into their world and the way they see things, acknowledge they have creative gifts, acknowledge that you see things that could potentially turn into creative streams. Number two, find ways for them to express their creative gifts. Find ways for them to find creative purpose. So once you've acknowledged that they have creative gifts or they need a creative outlet, you can see the beginnings of something creative stirring in them. Find ways for them to express that and to nurture that and to grow it. And to also discover, sometimes it takes discovery. Sometimes it takes trying different things to actually land upon the thing that you're really good at. I remember when I was a child, you could always hear me humming and singing. And sometimes, and she didn't mean any harm, but sometimes my mom would say, girl, quit all that humming. Like, girl, like she would get irritated, but like that's who I am. Music is such a passion. It was like I wanted to sing everything. To this day, I watch commercials and I will hum to the commercial, sing to the commercial, make up little jingles to the jingle. And it's like that's just, it's always naturally been in me. But as a child, I don't know that, so it could have been very irritating to some. Like, she always walk around humming and sing a little song, like, girl, be quiet. But like to have somebody actually nurture and foster that, like I could have been writing jingles like at the age of 9 and bringing in that cash flow. No, but seriously, you have to take the time to find ways for them to steward their gifting. Find out if there are different classes they can take. You have classes and e-courses. You have community groups with other kids that are like them, theater groups and dance troupes. Once we've acknowledged the gift, find a place for them to learn to pursue the gift, to cultivate the gift. Number 3, don't force anything upon them. Let it happen organically. I have seen some parents push their kids to the max and force them to do something that you could clearly see was not for them or that they did not enjoy. However, I do believe that you have to teach responsibility, accountability, dedication, and discipline. I do agree with that. You have to be able to distinguish the difference between the two when you're we said we're going to try this for 30 days, and then after that, if it doesn't work for you, then we can go into something else, because again, there's discovery in the process for children, what passions they have, what they love, and what they're drawn to. So it's not going to always be just this easy, we're in this class, you're going to stick in this class. You know, sometimes that's necessary, but I think you need to distinguish when it's, I'm forcing this upon them. Because when you allow an environment for them to organically grow into something, there's more respect for it within the creative space. The next one, I think we have to give kids room to process the way they process. As adults, we forget kids don't have all the tools that we have, but as you are allowing a child to creatively grow and discover who they are within a creative space, have to be careful and not force perspective on a child. Let them process failure if they are, let's say, creating something or working on a project and it doesn't go as planned. We can teach them that it's okay, nothing is wasted. So what did you learn from this? But also let them process through it. Let them feel the feeling of how it feels to not quite accomplish what you set out to accomplish. As creatives, we can be very hard on ourselves, and a lot of times we see a thing in our mind's eye, but it doesn't quite come out how we wanted it to. So that concept, let them process it how they naturally process that. And of course, as adults, definitely step into the role of helping to guide the emotions that they feel, but talk them through the process and allow them to process their creative journey how they naturally process it. All right, the next one, don't put them in a box. The box is when you think a singer is supposed to be a singer and they're supposed to do it this way. Like, don't put your child in a box. Some people are going to be your standard creative that does it the way that other creatives do it. Some people are going to be your outliers, and they're going to be the people that do it in such a way that other people would never do it. You have to think about the greats, the people that we have grown to love over the years. Some of them really came in and changed the game. They were innovative. They were visionaries. They literally changed the landscape of how certain industries flourished, how music was done, how movies were done, how dancing was done. Don't stifle your child by putting them in a box and saying, this is how it's supposed to be done, so this is how you're going to do it. Many creatives are multi-hyphenate. Don't put your child in a box. Smash the box that says it has to be done this way. Let them color that horse purple, because that could be the next hot toy on the market. We're walking around with purple horses because because Cindy drew that purple horse and she made her little purple horse toy. And that takes me to my next one. Stay away from realistic talk. One thing that got me, it actually sometimes brought me to tears as I taught kids at the Boys and Girls Club. They had dreams and desires to do certain things, and they wanted to learn certain creative crafts, but they were told by their parents and other adults, that doesn't make no money, so you need to focus on something else. Don't do that. You need to worry about trying to learn biology so you can go be a doctor, because that's where the money's at, honey. If everybody was a doctor, then what? Who would be in the kitchen cooking up the meals? Who would be doing meal prep for us? Who would be building out the buildings? Everybody can't be doctor and lawyer and teacher. Those are very necessary, but we need the creatives too. We need the creatives to tell the stories, to tell the documentaries, to help heal through music, to create dope fashion. If that's something that's innately in your child, why not nurture it? Why not take the time to super nurture that? Who knows who this child could be in the future? Who knows who this child could be now, today? That's something for me. I think when it happened to me as a teen, it changed the trajectory of how soon I was going to become who I was going to become. I don't believe that anything that I've done in my life was wasted. And I don't think that it's I'm so late now. No. But I do think that I have very strong views and opinions, and my mind just was not so bogged down with reality and the things of life and adulthood. I think that I really believed in my heart of heart that there were certain things that I could go into as an adult, learn, go to school for, and really dive into a career. I was told by some adults in my life that was not the way to go because it doesn't pay the bills. So you need to figure out something else. I didn't realize until I was an adult how bad that really hurt me and messed me up, because it had me searching, thinking, well, I'm naturally creative. I cannot help who I am. God made me who I am. Music and movies and all that kind of stuff has always been in me. Writing since I was a child. And I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing in the earth. That's what I'm supposed to give to the earth. For someone to tell me that that's not good enough and that's not going to get me through life, it really affected me. And so it pushed back so many years of me actually having the courage to step out and do some things that I'm just now doing as a whole grown 30-something-year-old woman. Super important for us to not crush the vision and dreams of children that have those creative visions for their life. The next one, expose them to culture and arts. expose your child. Like, that was such a beautiful thing for my uncle to take me to Disney on Ice and for me to actually see people acting and singing and doing the things that I wanted to do. Museums, I loved museums as a child, to see the art and to see people actually tell stories through paintings. Find opportunities to teach your child about art and culture and different creative lanes. So many resources out there. All right, this one is super important. Help children distinguish early on the difference between who they are, their value, and what they create. One of the biggest obstacles that creatives of all ages have to overcome is understanding that what they create does not define who they are. What their gifts are does not define their value and how much they're worth. Sometimes we beat ourselves up so much, and even other people will value you more because you're a super skilled singer. No, at the end of the day, if these people lost their voices, they would still be valuable. They would still be worth so much because of just who they are, period. And what they create and put out into the world is something completely separate from that. Teaching your child to know and decipher early on that they are not what they create, their value's not in what they create, and that what they put into the world is a beautiful thing, but that they're way more beautiful, way more important, just simply because of who they are, because of the person that God made them to be. That one is super imperative to nurturing creative children. It's going to save them from so much trouble down the line. And the last one, make sure that you celebrate your child. Celebrate your nieces and nephews and other creative kids in your life. Celebrate them for, one, who they are, but also celebrate them for creativity that you see within them. Celebrate them when they draw something for you. Celebrate them when they come up with something. Like, I am a graphic designer. Self-taught. I did go to school for a little bit, but they didn't teach much. So I learned from mentors, YouTube, and just playing around and learning, right? But that was like when I seriously got into it as a young adult. However, what I did not realize is that I literally was doing graphic design as a child. And what I would do is I would go into like Microsoft Publisher and I would take pictures and cut myself out and add myself to Usher. That's creepy, right? I would add me and Usher together, but I would do it in such a way that I would try to make it so like realistic looking. That's not all I did. I would make little banners with people's names on it and stuff. Now, literally, I was learning the basics of graphic design. I already was doing the rule of thirds. You cut the screen up into thirds. The rule is that you put yourself, or you put the subject in one of the lines on the grid, and that sets up your shot better. I knew that as a child, and I didn't even know I knew it because I was practicing graphic design and looking at the difference between positive and negative space. I had no idea I was doing that, but I was doing that, playing around. It's something that actually like helped me to be such a dope graphic designer, and I had no idea that I was doing that. I had no idea. So to take that and have somebody celebrate what I did, the moments that did happen, like, oh, that's cute. Oh, I see you. Like my mom and stuff. That like just gave me a fire to do more of it. I had no idea. I didn't even have a desire to be a graphic designer. I didn't even know that was something you could be. However, I remember it made me want to go back and do more and be better. I said all that to say you definitely need to encourage your child, encourage these creative kiddos, and let them know that, okay, I see what you're doing. Keep up the good work. You can do so much more. You're amazing. That is a dope idea. That's a great image. Keep going. That type of encouragement could really go far and help to push little creative genius to the future, into growth, true growth. All right, so that was my chat about the kidpreneur, the creative kid, and I really hope that you found something that I said that could really help you, help challenge and help foster a creative environment for the kiddos in your life, for the little creatives. We need them. Let me know if I missed something, if there's something you can think of that you do already to help nurture your creative kids. Drop it in the comments. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. This again was I was excited to do this video because I love kids and I love when kids get the opportunity to just be creatively who they are, because sometimes they really like outshine us adults because of their ability to dream and see things in such a childlike, like non-judgmental I've been through life oh so hard type of way. So definitely thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, definitely hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can receive notification for when I drop my next video. All right, guys, I will see you all later. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.